I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
Never underestimate your enemies. Yeah, Diddy far underestimated Alex. Right now, my friend, you are looking at the genesis of one of the most prolific arch villain stories to ever come about in our modern day and age. I'm sure even Alex did not know that he had it in him to mastermind and put something like this together. But this right here on this day was the beginning of the end. This is when Alex decided he was going to dedicate the next years of his life to doing what he had to do to get what he feels this man owed him. And he successfully went about it. Congratulations, Alex. As of right now, you won. See, Cassie also sued the Intercontinental Hotel. She let it slip out today during trial. She's suing the Intercontinental Hotel where that little scuffle happened. You know, I watched that video over and over again now. When I don't know why, when I watched that video for the first time like a year and something ago, I was like, "Ooh, man, that looks bad. This is bad. Oh my God, Diddy." But it's only domestic violence. But a year later, I watched the video and I'm like, that's it? All he did was grab her by the hoodie and pull her to the ground. And he's wearing socks. He's not wearing Timberland boots. He's not wearing some butters. He's not wearing steel toe jack boots, Deutschland Dreieich stomping marching boots from Germany. He's wearing some colorful socks. And he tries to kick her in the butt while she's on the ground. And his foot pretty much misses and he barely grazes her. And then he tries to pull her back down the hallway, but he couldn't. And he let her go right there. And then he walks back to the room by himself. When I first saw that video, it just looked horrible. But now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, him and his bitch was fighting. Literally his woman of God knows how many years. What is that? Almost 10 years? Probably at the time they're 5-6 years. Do you know how long 5-6 years is when you know how long 5 years is when you're a celebrity and you're dealing with the same woman? And this woman has a temper too. Everybody's who worked for them, chefs and security, they all report how they used to beat up on each other. He's had busted lips and scratches on his face. But no one cares about that. All they want to talk about is that one video from 2015. But anyway, apparently Diddy approached a security guard. He paid $100,000, I believe cash, and he was able to procure that footage so that it wouldn't be leaked to the press. Allegedly, apparently that's how Cassie is now suing the Intercontinental Hotel for that happening. Which I don't understand why, but they're paying. Apparently, she settled with them, and they're going to give her $10 million. The funny part is Alex Fine is just sitting back and kicking his feet up like K-Fed. Now, instead of him being worth $6 million when he gets a divorce from Cassie later this year, he's going to be worth almost 11. He was a smart man by forcing Cassie to unnecessarily testify against Diddy. The man gave you $20 million. Why are you going up there to testify? If you needed to let it out and speak to somebody, go hire a therapist. Go see a shrink. Go see a priest. You did not need to go testify against a man that was generous enough to settle with you out of court. That's literally a part of the settlement. What that shows is that the lawyers and whoever's behind the settlement, there is no honor and you cannot respect their word because we settled this already. You know, that's what happened to Bill Cosby. If you guys remember, he settled with the woman, I believe in 2014 2000, like, I don't know, 2008. And when they couldn't get him for anything else, they reopened the case that was already settled where he paid on, and they re-prosecuted him for something that was already sealed. Then, because you're not allowed to do that, it's kind of like double jeopardy. They had to let him out. And I'm sure he won some money out of that as well. They're doing the same thing here. You should not be able to testify against me if we came to an agreement and we settled and you signed an NDA. And you just said, okay, yeah, I won't say anything, sign an NDA, and you stab me in the back and you break the NDA because you're like, it's going to look real bad on you if you come after me. But I gave you what you asked for. If all you wanted was me to go to jail and justice, then why did you take a settlement? Why not just let this thing go to court and then you sue me and see if you can get something? It's fucked up what they did to him. But now Alex is going to be worth closer to about $11 million when this is over. And plus with the child support from Cassie, which I'm already doing a RICO guesstimate of roughly $30,000 a month, he will be sitting pretty in this divorce. He's going to get full custody. He can already prove that she has an extreme sex addiction. She has problems with lying, cheating. She also has drug abuse problems. That's the reason why Alex Fine wanted her to testify. She's not testifying against Diddy. She's testifying for Alex. She's doing whatever Alex tells her to do right now. He's not surprised by any of this. Remember, he worked for Diddy before Cassie and him became a thing. He was already working for Diddy. He knew Diddy liked to party. But see, Diddy liked to party with women. Cassie likes to party with men. New court document reveals that Cassie's husband actually FaceTimed her while she was in the middle of having sex with Diddy. You can't shame the shameless. If he called her, you think he didn't know his girl? Because at the time they weren't married. You think he didn't know his girlfriend was cheating on him with Diddy? But this is a means to an end. Do you think he really cared? He needed the money. He cared about the money more than her vagina. That box is not worth $11 million. It's not worth $1 million. She has a history of lying and cheating. There's no way to break that unless you break her mentally. And I'm sure Alex has broken her down. I'm sure they sat there in that apartment that they shared off of his personal trainer income. And, you know, she's so used to being able to travel here and shop there and do this and do that and access to all these black men that she loves. And now cold turkey, you got to go to just sitting in the house with one man. No drugs, no drinking, no party. It wasn't going to work anyway. She's used to the fun. Problem is, she's aging out, even for Alex. She's 38 years old now. But they're talking about when he met her, she was 22. Do you know how long they've been dealing with each other? And now they want to go back to 2011, 2008. Can you even, I can't remember. Nobody, I mean, that's ridiculous. But apparently there was another time, and this is what women typically do. There was another time that she got caught cheating on Diddy. She got caught cheating with Diddy on Alex. And guess what she told her husband happened when he found out that she was getting piped out by Diddy? She said, I didn't willingly give it up to him. He took it against my will. Diddy gRape me. You think this is the first time in history a woman got caught cheating and lied and said somebody drugged her or somebody gRaped her or somebody did something to her drink or somebody? It's everybody's fault except the fact that it's never, I was just horny and I wanted to smash them. It's always somebody did something to me. I couldn't control myself. You know, I keep asking people, are women adults or are women children? Now, if you come to me and you say, Rico, women can never grow up. Women can never drive. They're not smart enough to vote. They're not smart enough to live by themselves and pay their own bills. You can't trust them to take care of themselves. They will die like a goldfish or maybe a golden retriever that's domesticated. If you tell me that, then I'll say, you know what? then maybe Diddy was manipulating her. Maybe she was being, maybe this is racketeering and trafficking and blah, 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 because obviously she couldn't make a decision whether she wants to have sex or not. She's just a girl. And women are children. They don't have any autonomy. They don't have any control over themselves. So you can't hold them accountable. You can't expect for them to be grown and make decisions and be responsible. But if you come to me on the other hand, you say, well, actually, no, Rico, women can vote. Women can drive. Women can work. It's her body, her choice. But if it's her choice, then why is it not her choice when she makes decisions that make her look bad? Why does it got to be somebody else's fault? Somebody else wronged her. It wasn't her choice. Now she was seduced. She was pimped. I keep seeing all these crazy ass comments from all these weird ass people. And I'm like, do you guys even understand the definition of what pimping is or trafficking is? Or, well, yeah, she was abused. No, there's no such thing as you being abused for 10 years and you don't know that you're being abused. You actually have a card. You have your own money, your own bank account. You guys don't live together and no kids, but you're forced to be there. I'm waiting for somebody to explain that to me. Oh, but Rico, what about Stockholm Syndrome? That's not the definition of Stockholm Syndrome. You don't keep going back and looking for your abuser and being jealous that they're in another relationship and still get married and go behind your husband back to go back to your abuse. Then maybe that person wasn't your abuser and that's why you're going back to them. But it's convenient for you to remove responsibility from yourself if you lie and say that they are the abuser, because that would make you the, I'm not very big on victims. I don't believe in that. I believe that women can decide what they want to do for themselves. Once upon a time, this happened to me, actually. I was accused of gRape. Well, not me personally, but it was a situation. A girl that me and my cousin, my other friend, we were on campus at college, and we were doing like interviews, filming. Met this badass little light-skinned chick too. She, a little bad. She was older than all of us too. And anyway, we're sitting there doing an interview with her, joking around, and my friend made like a little sexual joke, and she was like, "I can take all three of you." And we were like, "No, you can't. You're not built like that. You're not that kind of thug." Kind of just testing her out, joking around. And she was like, "Your place or mine?" And we were like, "Our place," because we had like a little apartment right off of campus. Again, we're meeting her doing interviews, so obviously we have a camera. We're recording the whole thing. Next thing you know, we're back at our place. We don't have any liquor or nothing, but she's like, "Okay, who's first?" And we're like, "Everybody's first." She was like, "Well, come on." And anyway, she ended up smashing us all. We had like a little session, whatever, for like an hour and a half. We're in college. We're kind of assholes. We thought it would all be funny if we all just kind of, when it was time for us to finish, we finish on her backpack. Again, she's in her she's like 24, 25. She's in grad school. We are undergrad. But it was funny at the time. We nut on her backpack, whatever. Anyway, she ends up being late getting home, and she has an abusive boyfriend that just got out of prison. The abusive boyfriend is going crazy on her because he doesn't trust her, because he knows, just like Diddy knew, that his girlfriend is a certified eater. And women with sex drives like that, you cannot control. You can try and you will literally kill yourself or get yourself killed or end up in prison behind this woman whose sex drive you cannot control. There's many men that are in prison right now crashing out over a woman because she was cheating or caught with other men, and he's losing his mind because of her sex drive. The sex drive that nobody wants to admit that women have, because remember, in the court of law, women don't have sex organs. They don't have a clitoris. They can't enjoy sex. All sex is just for men, and it's all abuse, and it's all gRape. There is no such thing as her wanting to have sex. So long story short, the girl goes home, but she had two sets of keys. She left her spare keys at our house. So we ended up having to take her keys to her. And anyway, the boyfriend is going crazy on her. And anyway, he finds her backpack and he's like, "What's all this shit on your backpack?" It was man milk. And he had a gun, and he was already threatening to do something to her if she was caught cheating again. And she said, no, I didn't cheat. I was graped. Anyway, she remembers where our apartment was off campus. The dude comes to our house, and me and my cousin are not there, but my friend's there. And he's banging on the door with a gun. Boom, 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 boom. Motherfucker, come out. I'm going to do this to you, do that to you. My boy's like, who the hell is this guy? It was the girl's boyfriend. My friend doesn't know what's going on. He just sees a guy with a gun. So he calls the police. The police come, and the boyfriend tells the police what happened, and the girlfriend stays silent. Anyway, the police get the door to open. Actually, my cousin had just got home. So my cousin and my friend are there. This is like 3 days, like 2 days later, maybe a day later. I'm gone. My cousin and my friend are there. Anyway, they end up having to go down to the police station and everything. They're really thinking that this girl was graped. Sober, 3 guys. She literally walked to our apartment. There was no grape required. Okay, nobody's enforcing. We're sitting there laughing the whole time. She's not really going along with the story. The boyfriend's doing all the talking, and the cop is like, "But were you there? Why didn't you stop it?" And he's like, "No, I wasn't there." And then the cop's like, "Well, then how do you know so much about what happened?" He's telling the cop what he wishes to be true. Him and her had just had an incident where he threatened to kill her and himself because she was caught messing with a guy that used to live in their apartment building. We learned all this stuff after. Anyway, the police are threatening my cousin and my friend. They got him in the interrogation room. And you know what they said? Officers, we have a video. We have a tape that you guys can watch. It's actually in our camcorder, which is in the backpack. When you took us, it's at home. I think they brought the backpack with them. They picked up our belongings and brought it back to the police station. At the time, I didn't hear about it until after they got released. But the police watched the video. You can see her literally putting in the work on us. It wasn't just all us. Most of the time, we were just like, a lot of us were just laying there, and she's just bouncing around between 3 of us. Because for her, it's a party. It's her fantasy. It's what she likes. She's like Cassie. Now, her boyfriend had one of 2 choices. You can either provide men for her to smash, or she's going to go behind your back and cheat. Diddy was in his situation as well. You can either provide the men for her to smash and hire guys to come over and, porn stars and just give her everything that she wants. Or she's going to go find Kid Cudi, Drake, and all these other guys who hate you in the industry, and you're going to be a laughing stock because they're all smashing your queen that you take all these beautiful pictures with. And these are some really good pictures of Diddy and Cassie. I promise you, they are romantical. What do they say? Black love is what they call it. But anyway, the police end up letting them go and dropping any of those allegations. And I'm not sure what happened to the girl. We never seen her at school anymore, but yeah, it happens. And that's why I tell everybody, the reason Shannon Sharpe is not in any trouble and he's not going to jail is because Shannon Sharpe used to record every time that he had sex with that woman or any women. Because you have to. Because the time is going to come eventually when someone's going to get caught cheating with you, or they're going to be upset when they see you with the new woman and you're no longer dealing with them. And they're going to tell the story about you. And in the story, they're going to be the victim and you're going to be the person accused of assault or grape or battery. And then they'll be able to take you to court and try to get some money out of you and get a settlement, a little bit of extortion. And the only way you can curve it is if you can prove that it's not just your word versus my word, but it's actually my word and the video of what happened versus your word. That's the only deterrent. Love doesn't deter, money doesn't deter. If anything, love and money will instigate a reason for somebody to make up a story about you. Shannon Sharpe is just going through the humiliation ritual. They're spanking him, letting them know we can come for you anytime we want to. No Diddy. But At the end of the day, he has video. The women know it, but they still took their shot trying to come after him anyway. And they're not going to get anything. If they do, it'll be something small. But for her, $1 is better than 0. So, I mean, they don't care. There's no consequences for when they get caught lying. You think the woman that lied on us saying she got gRape, you think the police filed charges against her afterwards? No, they didn't. They just dropped the charges. Had we not been recording with a camcorder and set it up next to a Teddy Ruxpin, because, you know, we had, I don't know why I had a Teddy Ruxpin at the time, and we had it on the shelf and we just put the camera there. And, you know, we had one light on in the room, you know, because, you know, shit, we little young and freaky niggas, bro. We want to watch this shit, you know, and people pretend like women don't like trains. Women don't like gangbangs. Yeah, they do. You never seen Pornhub. You never seen Bang Bus or Bang Bros or any of these porn sites. They fly girls out on their 18th birthday. These girls aren't crying during a video. They're having the time of their life, fucking all these old hairy ass men and these bald head ass niggas. Like it's a lot of bald niggas wearing that ass out. And you think that they're not having a great time, having fun? Women love this shit. It's just unpopular speech to admit that you are a woman and you like sex. If a woman comes out publicly and says, yeah, I enjoy sex. I like to have a lot of sex. Everyone's like, they clenching their pearls, or gasping for, she's a pro. We're past those times. So what? Cassie likes to fuck a lot of niggas. Don't dudes like to fuck a lot of women? Think about it. Why are all the stories that P. Diddy's just sitting there stroking his schlong the whole time? Because it wouldn't get hard. Guess why it won't get hard? Because there's a room full of fucking niggas. I thought Diddy was gay. Turns out he's just weird. He's not gay. If he was gay, Cassie wouldn't have had to get nutted in by another man and then scoop the nut out herself and walk into another room and rub it on Diddy's nipples. The logistics behind that are insane. The most efficient way to do that would be Diddy say, hey, nigga, come in here and bust on my chest. I'm paying you. Come in here and give it to the diddler. And no Diddy, I'm a reenactment. See, people in my comments got some jokes. This is a reenactment. I'm not saying I'm not the nigga. I went there. I'm not going to shoot on Diddy's chest. He didn't say, Rico, come shoot on your chest, undo your braids, and come give it to me. That never happened. Now y'all projecting. See, this is why I didn't want to tell y'all. I didn't want to even point this out to y'all because I knew y'all going to try to flip it around on me. Oh, yeah, now Rico's the one. Nothing on Diddy. That's not the case. No Diddy. That's not what's happening. What I'm saying is this. The logistics behind that, it's not efficient. If Diddy's into men's sperm, he would just have the man come shoot the sperm on him. You wouldn't need to transfer the sperm via Cassie and then put him on. Especially right now, everyone knows there's tariffs. What if there's an extra charge for that? If you buzz it in Cassie, then she has to transfer. What if there's a fee for the transfer? You don't know. So the most efficient way to do it, we go straight from the distribution to the consumer. The male porn star is the distribution, and Diddy's a consumer. But it turns out Diddy's not gay. That's why when Cassie's getting piped out, he's laying in the other room with his eyes wide open, fucking analyzing his whole life. But you think he's going to go in a trial and admit this to the world? He's embarrassed as fuck. And for a black man to come out and talk about all this nasty stuff in front of, bro, it's not going to ever happen. Tory Lanez didn't ever want to admit that Kelsey shot that girl. Chris Brown still hasn't told us what Rihanna said when she swung on him and what they fight was over. It's not manly. Niggas love being extra manly. So they're not going to say these things. Diddy's not going to tell you this. I can tell you this because I've been in that situation before where I had a woman with a high sex drive and it wasn't women that she was into. She was into men's, plural, not singular. Plural, men's, just like Cassie. Matter of fact, just like this white woman. I give people this example right here. This is a woman right here. Look at her and her husband. Look how she plays them. And this is what she does.
Trust me, bring about 4 others because that's a fantasy.
What's your fantasy?
What you get a lot of sex.
You like to make it be a cool.
Make something.
You make it.
Yes, at least 4 or 5 last night. Woo.
That's cool.
That woman is an older, whiter version of Cassie Ventura. That's her husband with her, and she said, "I like making him a cuckold. I get 4 or 5 guys that they're all around me, and then I make him suck a D or two. Yeah, he got her husband. He's in love with his wife. And that's the thing, you want her to indulge in your fantasies, but sometimes y'all fantasies don't align. Your fantasy is her with 3 other women. Typically, her fantasy should be her with 3 other women too. That's the kind of women we like. But guess what? The really beautiful women that we end up getting with, guess what they really into? Okay, you want to be with 3 other women? Okay, cool. When it's my turn, I want 3 other men. And then if she wants to, you got to prove to her that you're not insecure. So then she starts naming off your friends that she think are hot. Where's your boy Craig? Where's Keith? Where is OJ? Not the juice. I'm talking about another OJ, but I'm just saying, like, and when she's asking you that, you don't want to seem weak and insecure. You got to hold a straight face and be like, yeah, I'll call them. I'll put that together for you, because if you don't, she's going behind your back and doing it herself with another guy. Or, women like this, they'll go to a swingers club and they'll be alone. And then, I've been to swingers clubs and swingers parties before, and you'll see that one chick and you're like, she's here alone. Next thing you know, every man in there and his wife are banging this chick out. You got to think about it. She's beautiful. At home, she's not single. It's just that the man she has at home is not into the lifestyle. He's not into all the wild sex and all the group sex and watching her smash other men. He's not into that. A lot of men, when you meet a real beautiful woman, we become super conservative. We want to thump the Bible and talk about Jesus and read Bible verses because we're hoping that we can manipulate this woman into being faithful to us by drowning her in religion and telling her that the Lord is watching her. And if you cheat, you're going to hell, basically. But if we cheat, we're still going to heaven. But baby, if a woman cheats, it's 1,000 times worse, because that's like the ultimate sin. That's how men look at certain women. So if you are a woman and you meet a guy that you like and he's this, you can't tell him that you like to get ran and gang banged and flipped up like a fucking pancake at an IHOP on a Thursday morning before breakfast. The 7 a.m. rush where you get the coffee and the international, and then they got like that strawberry maple syrup, that kind of flip, like that pancake. You can't tell him that, because then he's going to judge you. He might not break up with you, but he's going to cry and he's going to be insecure, blowing up your phone every time you leave the house. So guess what? You tell him you're going to your sister's house, tell him you're going to stay the night with your mom, and you leave your phone at home and you sneak to a little sex club. Because there's times where you go to one of these bars where it's like a sex club or a little lounge, and you're like, who is that beautiful woman standing right there? And then next thing you know, she's upstairs butt naked by herself waiting. And you're like, where's your husband? Well, he's at home reading the Bible, not letting her do nothing. She has to sneak behind his back. Diddy knows that's the kind of woman he has. So he's like, okay, get on your favorite websites, pick the guys, I'll pay for them. Anything to keep you from cheating, Cassie. Goddamn. But then I understand why he wanted to beat the bitch up, because he's like, 3 days ago, I had 7 niggas over here wearing your ass out 2 nights ago. I check your phone 2 days later, you texting another nigga. You texting Michael B. Jordan. How much dick do you need, Cassie? That's why Diddy wants to fight the bitch. How much dick? Oh, I just set up a gangbang. To keep everybody discreet and quiet, I paid $100,000 for that night. I paid $120,000 to get you off. That wasn't enough sex to last you for 3 months. It was only good enough for 2 days, Cassie, and you're already hitting up niggas to go cheat behind my back. That's how you know. Now, and then if you're watching her on trial, now after this many days in, everybody's like, oh, Cassie's just a motherfucking freak. Isn't that Diddy the whole time is a fly on the wall. He's not even in the same room with these guys most of the time. He's in an adjacent bedroom jacking off by himself. He can't get hard because he's not interested in men. Asshole naked men running around. He don't want to. He's not there. No one said he's putting baby oil on them. Cassie admitted he filled up a little kiddie pool in the room, and he filled the kiddie pool with baby oil because he liked the way I look when I glisten. There was never any talk of a man rubbing it on his butt cheeks, wearing assless chaps and cowboy boots with a hat. But she did go to the website, Cowboys for Angels, and she would book male talent on there for herself. Diddy was just a financier. So years later, for her to turn it around and pretend like this was for Diddy, baby, the men are already saying, Cassie hit me up, Cassie invited me, Cassie introduced me, and when it came time to use the bathroom, Cassie's the one that asked me to pee in her mouth. Diddy didn't even see it. He wasn't right there watching. No wonder Diddy's dick wouldn't work. But guess when it did work? When he was with a girl who likes girls, like Young Miami, or like 50 Cent's baby mama, but not one that's like, yeah, bring in 5 other niggas so I can fuck. See, Diddy got tired of that. And he said, you know what, Alex can have you, but I still love you. But Alex can have you. Maybe Alex can, get you off. She sees Diddy moved on, got new girls, and these new girls do not like men. They only like Diddy. If anything, it's back to just smashing a bunch of girls and there's no niggas around. Now his dick works like a fucking charm. Like it just got serviced at Jiffy Lube. He just pulled off the lot, that brand new dick smell. And he probably, and I ain't gonna lie, when you're in situations like that, you'll be wondering, like, am I going impotent? Do I have erectile dysfunction? It's not that. You're just turned off. It's like, for example, right? Everybody thinks they can do porn until it's time for a director to be standing there, some man, and then there's another man behind the camera, and then there's another man on the light, and then there's another man holding the microphone, and then they say action, and you're standing there supposed to stick, ramming into this hot chick, and you're just like, he checked out. This motherfucker went soft. This motherfucker don't want to. He's done. Everybody cannot work sexually in those conditions. It's very rare that you can meet men that can be around a bunch of other men and keep an erection. A lot of men, once other men, they're like, nah, I need privacy. Close the door. Matter of fact, leave my house. Matter of fact, let me get a drink. I don't want to know another man's even been here. I need a couple of hours. And because it won't work. And by the sound of all these stories, mark my word, Diddy's dick is not working because he's not into men. And she has a bunch of men in that room. But guess who is into men? Big time. Cassie. Cheating all these years. Not only was she cheating on Diddy, with Alex, with Drake, with Kid Cudi, but when she was with Kid Cudi, she was also cheating on another man with another man. And then when she was with the guy who introduced her to the industry, she was cheating on him too. And, let's see here. His name was Ryan Leslie. I don't know if you guys remember Ryan Leslie, but he was one of her first victims of heartbreak. She's cheating on men throughout the years. Diddy just kept her around because she was a freak. But also she's real good looking. But she's not. But this whole story I'm hearing, I'm like, she ain't that much of a freak. People like, Rico, she a freak. No. She's just really horny for men. She likes penetration. I haven't heard no stories about her actually eating some box or getting her box ate by another woman. I haven't heard no stories of that. This has all been strictly her smashing other men. And that shit drove Diddy crazy. It drove his dick to be inoperable bold, and it gave him erectile dysfunction. Gave it to him. He couldn't even perform. And eventually, once he finally, and then also Cassie got old. She's old now. She's almost 40. So 5 years ago, she's still in her mid-30s. There's 22-year-old women that are blowing up Diddy's DMs every night. Everywhere he goes, fans, women. She's hit the wall, and she's now dating your poor, which he's a poor personal trainer who Diddy hired to train you. And guess what Diddy said? He said, no, baby, yeah, you're still fucking me, but go home to your boyfriend. But also, I want my money back from him too. And when I read that in the filing, I said, Diddy's I actually have respect for Diddy, because he was like, the man I've been paying to personally train you so you can look good for me. Now you're fucking him too. So you're cheating on me with everybody, even the help. Who knows how many bodyguards she fucked, or how many bellhops she fucked, or the valet she gave some to on her way up there to see Diddy. Nobody really knows. But we do know she has an appetite, and it did happen. And Diddy probably got tired of it. It was like, you know what? I'm done. Me pretending that I'm cool with all these men. I can't do it anymore. And that's when he gave her to Alex. He didn't send nobody to beat her up. He didn't hit her. He didn't cuss at her. He let her go. Now Alex is sitting there trying to get her to reveal her deepest and darkest secrets, like he's a therapist. And he used all that information to help her create a lawsuit against Diddy. She would have took the money and moved to another country. But Alex wants more money. Alex feels like Diddy owes him for years of working for him, but also for turning out the woman that he has to kiss every day. You hear the stories of a nigga literally draining the weasel in her tonsils. Oh. And you know, that's crazy. But I had a girlfriend. I've had I had a girlfriend that asked me to do that shit, and I did it. Rico pee on me. I'm like, all right, well, not in my bed. We're not doing that. We gonna get in the shower together, piss on your thigh. But no, I did have a girlfriend that was like, we were fucked up one night. We were high and drunk. And she's like, I want you to pee on me. And she's like on her knees in the shower. And I'm outside the shower in the bathroom area. So I'm like, damn, I got to hope that I got to pee so my stream can make it that distance between being by the sink and then over the edge of the border of the shower and then into the shower and hit her. Man, that shit was, bro, there's the... Bro, these people act like this shit is difficult. This is hard. It's not easy doing all this. And then to keep doing it because you're with the same woman, these women demand the same thing every week or they're not going to get off. It's just like if you have a woman that's into rough sex. She wants you to slap her and yell at her and do every time, every day. That's how niggas get carpal tunnel and lose their job at the factory. Your hands are fucked up and slapping and beating up on this bitch for 2-3 years. And then if you guys break up, now she want to say, he's been beating me for 2-3. You literally did what Shannon Sharp woman did, and you've been begging him to beat you and slap you for 2.5 years, and now you want to claim to be a victim. That's insane. It's kind of like DDG's nonsense. That girl already admitted she beats up on boyfriends. She got a mouth. She provokes. She gaslights. And now she wants to file a restraining order and keep him from his son that he loves dearly. And he can't say nothing because he's like, yeah, she hit me. I hit her back. Maybe, but I didn't beat her up. But no one's going to believe you. And if you're a black man and you come out and admit that you were fighting back with her, even if she's in the wrong, your career is done. These women, even though they want to pretend like they're independent and strong, but they're also children. So they're forever victims, even when they're wrong. Cassie right now, you know what they're going to say? Actually, the reason she lied to Alex about cheating on him with Diddy was because she was afraid of Alex. So she accused Diddy of rape because she was actually afraid of Alex. I'm going to clip this. This is 38 minutes in. The reason she really accused Diddy of rape was because she was afraid of what Alex would do if she found out she was cheating on him again. Alex is white. He's not dumb. He's calculated. And and like I said, I noticed when he walked out of that courtroom, he's already known these stories, so he's calculated. That was him making his move. They're saying he's looking at Diddy in the courtroom. He doesn't. Bro, Diddy's his cash cow. Diddy's his payday. When he divorces Cassie, he's up 10 million, plus he's making 30-something thousand a month off of child support. And everybody knows it doesn't cost 30,000 a month to take care of 3 kids. At most, he'll spend on housekeeping, daycare, somebody else to help him with the kids, 6,000 a month. So out of 30,000, he's going to profit 24 grand a month. But he's used to making 3,000 to 4,000 a month being a personal trainer, 1,000 a week. He just almost centupled his income. But he had to play the long game. He had to kiss this girl knowing where her mouth's been, pretend like he loves her, took all these pictures. But see, he did what he had to do because his real wife is waiting for him. His real wife is a beautiful, short, blonde, just coming out of college. She's 22. She's probably a sorority girl, beautiful, nice, conservative white woman. And now with his money, he can go be with her. He hasn't even met her yet, but that's his plan. And he's a man who's goal oriented and he's on his way. He had one shot. He probably had other things he wanted to do with his life, but this was his one shot to become a millionaire, his last shot. And he went for it. You know, it's going to be months before you guys figure out that what I'm saying is 100% correct. Alex is the only person that wins in this. Diddy loses because he's embarrassed. Cassie loses because once she's divorced from him, who's going to want her hand in marriage? Who's going to want to kiss her in front of public, in front of people, and hold her hand and take her to your family and say, yeah, mom, I want you to meet my fiance. Nobody's going to. She's burnt. I don't care how much money she got. She will only be a booty call. Think about it. Nobody's fighting over trying to marry Kim Kardashian. All that money, she still got a nice shape. And she's doing what? Laying up with a Tesla robot. Nobody wants to fuck Kim K anymore. She at the wall. Cassie's at the wall. Once they get this settlement from the Intercontinental Hotel, Alex is gone. In the summer, early fall, se acabó. It's over. And her he doesn't got to say nothing. Her testimony is what's going to be played to the judge so that he's granted full custody of the children. This man was brilliant. Basically, he did what I would have done. But you got to be able to hold your tongue. You got to keep your feelings bottled up, and you got to just smile when you don't feel like smiling and play the role. You know, you think about it. People go to jobs they hate every day. They don't get paid $10, $11 million. He worked a job, which was Cassie, for the past few years. Well, they got married in what, 20? Let's see here. What year did Cassie and Alex get married? Because she was still cheating in 2018. So when they get married, Cassie and Alex got married in 2019. So he still married her, even though it was only a handful of months before that. He called her on FaceTime while Diddy was digging her out. See, his dick works when it's just him and her. His dick didn't work during the freak offs because Diddy he's not into men. Keep that in mind. So Alex worked the job for 6 years. And he's going to get paid $11 million as a severance package for all the hard work he put in dealing with the woman who makes Superhead look like a Catholic schoolgirl. She's beating the shit out of Corinne Stephens. I don't think Cassie's history can rival the nastiest porn star. The only porn star I can say that can fuck with Cassie right now would be Bonnie Blue. She knocked out 1,000 niggas in 12 hours, or like 1,200 or something like that. The only one giving Cassie a run for her money is Bonnie Blue. Go look her up on Twitter right now. If you're listening, if you're watching this on Twitter, look up Bonnie Blue. She's out here doing the Lord's work. You know, she's reversing incels and turning them into men. That's what it takes to get them on the right path, and so be it. I'd rather them do that than be LGBTQP, elemental, whatever. Cassie's history is fucked. No one knew how active and horny she was. Straight freak. And Diddy became a cuck because he was so weak over her beauty. Think about it. You knew he thought she was real beautiful because out of all these years, he stayed with her. 10 years of the same woman. He must have really loved this woman. But he knew how she was. Horn dog, uncontrollable sex drive, disloyal. She loves to cheat. He couldn't marry her. He couldn't give her the last name. Shit, he gave a baby to that Asian girl. You know, the Asian women are loyal. She's still dealing with him. Not 50 Cent's Asian. Not that type of Asian. Those ones no good. No good. No good. But that other Asian, very good. So that's the difference. Alex worked his job, which was Cassie, for the past 6 years, and he's going to be handsomely rewarded for it. I know he's not kissing her no more. Not in the mouth. And he probably wants to stop his kids from doing it too. But I'll be honest, those kids are going to be used for money. Probably ain't really interested in them kids that much. He just wants full custody. And as long as he's getting his child support, the kids can go live with her. You know, it's good when you see men actually reverse what women have been doing to us for thousands of years, and somebody like him revert. That's why I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Halle Berry's ex-husband who was white. I'm not mad at Kevin Federline for what he did to Britney and got his bread from those child support payments. I'm not mad. I liked it. I love to see it. I like to see that Uno reverse card, like motherfucking Uno, bitch. I love it. I love it. Give them what they deserve. She got caught cheating. Diddy didn't know it was rape because after Diddy smashed her and gave it to her, she sent him a text that basically said, let me know when you make it home, and sent him a heart emoji. Nothing about how dare you, you savage. I'm hurting. Why'd you do that? Now she said, let me know when you get home, boo. Love you. See you on Coney Island, baby. Hey, yo. Tell Ariana Grande, come back to Coney Island and take you on the cyclone. I love you. I mean, I don't know. That's some of the only New York slang I know. The fuck your life, you know, ding dong, bing bong. That's the only. So that was my impression of a New York person speaking to another New Yorker. So anyway, she accused him of something because she got caught because she's really afraid of Alex. Because a physical beating can't compete with a tongue and mental beating. And Alex has that, probably has that on lock. He's not going to touch her. He's going to get that money and leave her alone. Won't even be no argument. You know, that's the thing. Lil Wayne started a trend. Actually, I think I was the first one. I've been breaking up with girls via text for a long time. So I think Wayne got that from me. But Lil Wayne just kicked his chick out. I'm sure it's something probably like a Cassie situation. He probably caught her doing something. Hold on, listen. Nobody knows her name. They just know her as Lil Wayne's ex. Lil Wayne's ex.
I've been
Obviously, you weren't that supportive and your love was not as strong as you think it was. See, you can't say how strong your love was. The receiver, the customer. You can't say, oh man, my food is the best. Motherfucker, that's for me to decide. I'm the one that got to eat it. I'm the customer. You can't say what's good about you. I have to say that. You can't call yourself good looking. I have to say that. It's my opinion about you that matters. I'm the one that have to be in a relationship with you. I'm the one that has to marry you. You're saying all these good things about you. No, let Lil Wayne say them about you. But he won't because it's not true. You kind of cute, but you're thick and you're older now. And you have a kid in tow that's getting older. And Wayne is not the dad. Of course, you got kicked out. It's because I uprooted you and moved you, let you move down here to paradise, does not mean I owe you money. A lawyer's not going to be able to help you. It's a frivolous lawsuit, but go ahead and get your lawyer, bitch.
I was living and I'm here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, he's been really taking advantage.
You're taking advantage of him. He's frail. He's very sickly. He just has a lot of money and fame. You're not really attracted to him. And I'm pretty sure he figured out you have some shit going on behind his back. And this nigga's so fucking smart. Let me show you what he did. He laid a hand on me. So he didn't beat you up. He touched you and said, hey, baby, wake up. Good morning. You laid a hand on me. Oh, you laid a hand on me. He tapped her in the morning. Hey, babe, you want to get something to eat? That's your hand that's on me. You laid your hand on me. Not that he hit me. He laid his hands on me. Shut the hell up.
Okay, so for everyone DMing me about my story I posted, yeah, this is actually a fact. Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out.
Why does your daughter look older than you? You got an old ass daughter that's probably coming up on 17, 18 herself. You should not even be having her around rappers and their friends anyway. Take your kid, go get a place, go get a job, get away from the situation. But look, the same way Lil Wayne's kicking her to the curb, you think she's not going to make up a story saying that he abused her so she can get access to those resources? She's been with Wayne all this time. He didn't marry her and he didn't give her a kid. She has to do what now? Accuse him of abuse to get access to those resources. I'm telling you, I'm calling this time after time. I'm always right about it. There's 3 things women do to get access to your resources. First thing, they try to convince you to marry them. If you won't do that, first thing they do is try to convince you to marry them. If that doesn't work, they try to convince you to get them pregnant. If you want to put on a condom and you got a great pullout game, they're going to accuse you of violence and abuse, and you're going to have to pay them another way. Unless you do what Rico and Shannon Sharp does, and you make sure you put everything on, you record everything. The conversations, the little stuff she like to do with the whipped cream, because I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. If you're a rich nigga and you tell her, yeah, I like to record everything, I want to get a video of you sucking, I want to see you doing everything, and she gets an attitude, and kick her out. You're a rich, successful man. There's 1,000 more that are more than willing. Don't negotiate. Kick her out. And bring back 2, 3 more and make videos. You set the tone. You don't let them run shit. They are the ones begging to be with you. You're the one with everything, not them. They have looks and vagina. That's the diamond. Everybody has that because we're in the age of fucking plastic surgery. Anybody can look. They all look good now. They all bad. Shit, she got some fucked up genetics, but after them 3 or 4 surgeries, now she looking like she looking like Kylie Jenner. Shit, now she bad. They all look good now. Don't be impressed by that. Don't break your standards. The reason they don't want you to make videos is not because they are worried about, being on tape. No, they're worried about you having an alibi when they try to make up a lie about you in a few months when you break up with them. And that's going against their hustle. Learn from Shannon Sharp. He did everything the right way. There is no consequences. You should be a man who is able to have sex whatever you want to as long as it's consenting, and you shouldn't have to worry about being extorted. I'm sorry. That's like saying a woman shouldn't wear a short skirt and walk down the street at 9 o'clock at night because that means she wants. That's not what that means. It's victim shaming when you say that when you accuse a victim of inviting something on themselves because of how they're dressed or how they talk or how they act. That's not cool. Don't victim shame. That's fucked up. That is terrible. Anyway, this was a good topic. I appreciate these comments that I'm reading. I'm going to respond to them. I'm going to set up a little group chat so we can all talk. I like the fact that I have a lot of the same people coming back. Do me a favor. Go to the YouTube page, The Single Boyfriend. That's my brand for my show I'm doing. It's The Single Boyfriend on TikTok too. But on Instagram, but on Twitter, it's The Single Hubby. Follow me on there. Right Wing Rico also on YouTube. I got different channels. But I'm going to be back. I'm on Kick also with the Single Boyfriend. Follow me on all the platforms. I have other topics we're going to be talking about in a little bit. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And watch out for these hoes. Okay. And I really like you guys a lot, but do not get finessed. There's nothing wrong with just moving on to the next one. Whatever she's not willing to do, somebody else is more than willing. Don't fight with them no more. Don't argue. Just do what Lil Wayne did and
Nothing but support to this man.
do this.
Okay, so surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full-on makeover with lip boxes. This man has his assistant to help us out today. Like,
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. He broke up with this bitch on Mother's Day via text. No arguing in person where you can look me in my face and say some slick shit and swing on me and then I grab your hands and then you say I was putting hands on you when your daughter's the only witness and now y'all got a lawsuit against me. None of that. He left, had his assistants box her motherfucking shit up. He left and he broke up with her via text. You know he caught her doing something. You know he caught her. You know she's a little Cassie. She a little nasty Cassie. You're a little Cassie. That's why he broke up with you, because you're a little Cassie. So do what he did. Don't argue with her. Don't fight with her. Break up with her via text and block her motherfucking ass. And if she shows up, you call the police. No more going to jail behind these women. No more catching lawsuits. No more getting sued for assault. No more of that. Record everything. Break up with her via text. Do not confront her. Never argue. You can't change her. If there's a problem, leave her alone. Replace her. Stop getting so comfortable with everybody. They're all replaceable. Right Wing Rico, The Single Boyfriend. Follow, like, and subscribe. Share the video. Leave some comments. I'm gonna clip this at 38 seconds, and we're gonna post that. So Thanks for the comments, and I'll talk to you guys shortly. I like you guys a lot. I want to tell you I love you, but probably some hoes on here, and I don't want them to get the wrong idea. So, you know, y'all, my friends in the chat, I like y'all a lot. We're gonna just leave it at that one, okay?
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.